Hi guys, today I'm gonna rank all of the One Piece arcs from this list. So this is all the arcs that I have here. I'm not gonna rate them from the beginning to the end. I'm gonna rate them like just in the row they are already placed. So let's go for the Alabasta. Alabasta is one of my favorite arcs, but I cannot put it on S plus. I don't know. I think S plus is a very special tier that not every arc can get there. So for me, Alabasta is a good arc, one of my favorites, but it's not S tier. Drum Island is also S tier. As the backstory of Tony Chopper is one of um, the best backstories that I've seen in One Piece, and everything is there. The pacing, the message. One thing that I don't like is the antagonist. It's not very serious, not very like it doesn't have a lot of purpose. But if the antagonist was good, I would place Drum Island S tier. But only for that reason, I'm gonna place it on the S tier, not S plus. Jaya is also a very good arc, and the only reason why I love this arc is the Blackbeard appearance and the famous quotes of the dreams of pirates will never end. That's one of my favorite quotes of all series, and I love that arc just because of that. And Longring Island, I'm not gonna talk about that. So Water Seven is one of my favorite arcs. I I can put it, yeah, I will put it on S plus tier because of the fight with Usopp and Luffy. That's one of the best fights I've ever seen in anime history. Not because of the fighting skills and stuff, but the reasons why they fight, and the emotional burden and the emotional turmoil that I've experienced watching that. There's nothing compared to that. So Water Seven is an S plus. Enies Lobby, I would say S plus, but no. Water Seven for me is better. I know that Water Seven is a leading to Enies Lobby is like an introduction to Enies Lobby, but I like it more than Enies Lobby. So post Enies Lobby is there. Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark is one of my least favorite. If it wasn't for the Zoro moment, I would place it here. If it wasn't for the Zoro moment against Kuma in the end, I would place it here. But only for that moment, that is one of the best episodes I've ever seen. I'm gonna place it A tier. So Sabao the Archipelago, the moment Luffy hits the Celestial Dragon in the face, that's the most satisfying thing I've ever seen in One Piece. So I'm gonna put it S tier. There's also other moments. For example, the fight with admirals and Kuma. Everything is great about this arc. So Romance Dawn, also one of my favorite arcs. The introduction of Luffy and Shanks. Everything is perfect about this arc. I love it, but I wouldn't place it on S plus tier. So Amazon Lily, I would place it on C plus. Impel Down, C. Many people might disagree with me, but I don't think Impel Down is good. I mean, I think it's very, very overrated, especially with, Luffy not being able to defeat Magellan. That's crazy. I mean, Luffy beat Crocodile, Doflamingo. Luffy beat Rob Lucci. Every like badass villain, but he could not beat Magellan. And also, I just didn't like Magellan as a character. The only thing good about Impel Down was uh, Buggy the Clown. So I'm not gonna place it on D tier. So Marineford, of course, D tier. This arc is terrible. Nothing good about this arc. Uh, post war, I think the story of Luffy, Sabo, and Ace is very good. I mean, I love it, but I'm gonna put it here because it doesn't have much weight. But it's a good watch. I mean, it would be better if we got the backstory before the Marineford, because I mean, if we would get even more attached to Ace before he dies in the Marineford, and we would enjoy Marineford even more after that. That's my take on this. So I think post war is good, but it would be better for the backstory to be before Marineford. Return to Sabaody, one of my favorite arcs, and one of my favorite moments is the fake straw hats. That's hilarious. I laughed so much in that arc. That's why I'm gonna place it A plus. Fishman Island here. I'm just not gonna talk about that. Punk Hazard. I hate that arc. Dressrosa is one of my favorites. I mean, I don't know why, but Doflamingo is one of my favorites, like villains, and he's very interesting. And I think the best part of Marineford is Doflamingo's speech. I mean, that's the best part for me of Marineford. So, Zoe is a good arc. I don't know. Probably I don't know, probably A. I'm not gonna place it A plus because it's not in the level of these three arcs. So Whole Cake Island, just because of Sanji and his story, it's amazing. Orange Town, Buggy the Clown, man. I'm not gonna talk so much about it. He is one of my favorite characters. I mean, if it wasn't for him, Orange Town would be here, but just for Buggy the Clown. Reverie is not a long arc. I'm gonna place it here just for the story. It's very short. I wouldn't consider it an arc. Many people are gonna disagree with me here, but Syrup Village is one of my favorite arcs because Usopp is one of my favorite characters. So I'm gonna place it in A plus. I wanted to place it on S, but the villain is not very serious. It doesn't have much of a story, much of an impact in the story. It's very boring. So Syrup Village is great just because of Usopp. So Wano Country, I'm gonna place it here. Wano is very good. I love it. Some of the people say that the pacing is very slow, but come on, man. I mean, having watched One Piece until Egghead, I feel like there is not much episodes. I feel like the arcs should have been longer, and One Piece in general should be longer because, come on, man, the moment One Piece ends, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So Barati is also one of my favorites. Um, Arlong Park, guys, come on, don't hate me for this, but I don't like it. I mean, Nami's story and everything is good, but I don't like it. And I don't like Nami as a character. I like more Nico Robin. I like every other female rather than Nami. I don't know. I don't like Nami. So I'm gonna put it here. I don't like. I mean, Arlong Park was almost when I quit watching One Piece because it was getting so boring for me. So I skipped. I watched through Arlong Park, and that's when I got into One Piece seriously because Arlong Park really was one of the least favorite for me. Loketown is a good arc. I love it. I mean, with Captain Smoke and everything, with Luffy going to the place where Roger died, that's a good arc. Reverse Mountain, it's an average arc. Whiskey Peak, I love Whiskey Peak. It deserves to be here. Little Garden, probably here. And Skypiea, man, I don't know. Skypiea is very controversial for me. I don't like it because it kind of gets detached from the story. Like I don't know the connection. I don't get the connection of Skypiea and the overall story. I'm sorry. Probably it's on me, but I don't like Skypiea. It has some hints about the later arcs, but still, man, I didn't enjoy this arc. Skypiea is the least enjoyable arc for me. So this is it, guys. This is my rating. Comment your rating below. Feel free to hate me in the comments. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me like if yeah, let me fix this. So yeah, subscribe for more. Subscribe for more, man.